Other action at Old Trafford, taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tripped up by Gary Doherty. The referee points to the spot. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Business as usual. 1-0 United. The Dutchman yet to score from open play, but grabs his second penalty on the season in United.
United found their scoring touch in their Champions League opener in midweek, and Premier League encounters with Spurs also tend to produce goals. Last season alone, these sides produced 12 in 2 meetings. Nicky Butt returned to the starting lineup. He missed out in the 5-2 win over Maccabi Haifa in the Champions League in midweek. One other change for United: Laurent Blanc rested, Phil Neville reverting to right back and keeping out his brother Gary, who was on the bench after injury. Teddy Sheringham was welcome back to Old Trafford. He helped United to their famous treble before moving on to Spurs. Welsh youngster Simon Davis almost signed for United 4 years ago. Their loss was Spurs' gain, but he was forced to start out of position here at right back. 13 men on Spurs' injury list. Stefan Everson drafted into an unfamiliar midfield role. Matthew Etherington, another youngster who almost signed for United, on the left. Sir Alex Ferguson looking for his side to pick up momentum after their worst domestic start in a decade. Glenn Hoddle's Spurs starting in second place, despite the injuries, aiming to maintain their best start in 6 seasons. Rob Palmer watched the action.
Everson drives on, leaves Beckham in his wake, gets around Silvestre, trying to square it back to Keane. Sheringham. Redknapp. Thatcher. Tottenham trying to stick to their footballing traditions. Etherington skates inside. Oh, Neville was almost clumsy. Ferdinand only half cleared it, and it needed a touch from Barthez. His big hit in Goran, who had the shot. And there's the injured crew. Right. Beckham drifts. Great feed by Beckham. Wonderful save again by Casey Keller. The American is having a very good season in the Tottenham goal. Solskjaer, nobody marking him, and Solskjaer can't take his chance. The acrobatic American stopping Tottenham. So Alex often tells us that one of the problems he has with his team is that they do like to fight against the odds. And it's up to acquire Van Nistelrooy. Gets a deft touch, but again, Keller, the hero. Van Nistelrooy probably gets a C- for his finishing today. Keller leaves it. Doherty heads away. Expect a barrage of Manchester United chances in the opening 5 minutes. I'm sure with the words to the wise from Glenn Hoddle. Free kick, Beckham territory. Beckham has been firing blanks so far this afternoon. They create a space. He goes for it. Oh, and Keller saw it late. He's in unbeatable form, but this is one of the games of his life. Giggs. Solskjaer. Timed his run well. It's not a bad cross. There's Van Nistelrooy. Keller again to the rescue. He's having one heck of a game. Fine run by Solskjaer, who only just beaten the offside trap. Perfect cross from him. Great touch from Van Nistelrooy. Even better save. Here's Keane. Keane's shot comes off the rear of Ferdinand. No wonder David Beckham was looking innocently at the referee. Tottenham feel they could be onto something here. Their third corner of the game is taken short. Fired into the far post. And he back! Oh, Barthez! Great save! Where was the United defence when Richards was there? Maybe Manchester United feel that Tottenham's resolve is weakening. Beckham directs, Van Nistelrooy's away, and he's taken down by Doherty, and no penalty is given. The referee looks at his assistants, everybody in Old Trafford looks at the referee. Veron tries to pick up the pieces. Giggs squares it to Solskjaer. It is this time. United capitalise on the clumsiness of Doherty. He was late. He was punished. Mighty pressure on the shoulders of Ruud van Nistelrooy, but he can handle it. 1-0 Manchester United. Still hasn't scored from open play this season, but 2 vital penalties for Manchester United. He's seen a lot of goals in his time. 1-0 Manchester United. Doherty. Giggs to Solskjaer. Giggs has come back onto the left wing. Great ball from him. Doherty decides not to foul this time, and Keller makes yet another save. It's Neville. It's a sea of chances in the Tottenham penalty area. Philip Neville's throw. Ball out. Beckham. Oh, and by his standards, that was one of the easiest saves for Casey Keller today. Ferdinand. Etherington. There's Ferdinand, comes off the heel of O'Shea. Problems here for Manchester United, and Barthez has played a larger part than most in what should now be a Manchester United win than Fabian Barthez, described by his understudy at the club, Ricardo Lopez, as the best in the world, living up to that rich reputation. Casey Keller, undoubtedly man of the match. The hero in these parts is going to be Ruud van Nistelrooy for handling the moment when the penalty was handed to him. Referee blows the whistle, and Manchester United have passed the test.
Borough and Birmingham had 8 points in the bag, with Middlesbrough unbeaten at home and Blues undefeated in 4 and looking for their first away win. One change for Borough saw Australian international defender Tony Vidmar make his debut in place of Gareth Southgate. No changes though for Birmingham boss Steve Bruce after Monday's Derby Day demolition of Aston Villa. 26 minutes gone, and the first real chance of the game for Middlesbrough. Job headed in, but Birmingham appealed as one for offside. Referee Andy D'Urso said no goal, and as you can see, the officials were absolutely right. Steve McLaren's men came into the game off the back of wins against Blackburn and Sunderland at home. Now here's the sort of set piece they practice every day. Franck Coudreau with a stunner. A masterpiece of a free kick from the Frenchman, not dissimilar to the one he scored against Tottenham last season. Just past the hour mark, Steve McLaren swapped strikers. Gillard Nemeth had scored 3 goals in his last 2 matches against Everton and Sunderland, but after a blank against the Blues, he was replaced by Alen Boksic, the Croatian ready and willing to benefit from Massimo Macaroni's breakaway. The last goal from Boksic was 6 months ago, and the points were still not safe. Coudreau had provided inspiration. He was also working up the perspiration, linking with Macaroni a chance to put the match beyond doubt. Too much curl this time, but thumbs up for effort. 1 goal was enough, though, and Borough are into double figures.
We are where we are.
1 minute and 24 seconds into play. Craig Bellamy's going to get loose here. Played nicely from the center, and the Welshman coming back from injury. He's back. The cool finish past Thomas Sorensen, and Craig Douglas Bellamy opens his goal-scoring account in dramatic fashion. Nicely played, and the Sunderland defense not doing what they're noted for doing, and Shea Given not doing what he's noted for doing either. Almost commits a costly blunder. Tries to clear it, but it directs off Toriandre Flo and almost into the back of the net. Then the Sunderland defense falls asleep again. They don't get the job done, but Alan Shearer does. 7 minutes from halftime. Alan Shearer with his 207th Premiership goal grabs his third on the season.
Southampton and Charlton as they met at St Mary's, and one man had a particular interest in preventing them. Goalkeeper Antti Niemi was making his debut for the Saints after joining from Hearts, a player who 3 years ago was signed by Alan Kirbishley on a month's loan at Charlton. This fixture last season produced Southampton's first ever win at St Mary's. Joe Desson was hoping for a similar outcome, but Chris Powell was covering on the goal line. Niemi was given his chance after Paul Jones' clanger against West Brom. Klaus Jensen stretched Southampton's keeper to the limit, but the Flying Finn responded acrobatically. For Alan Kirbishley, events had come full circle, yet Gordon Strachan was later more concerned with what he called the Bermuda Triangle. Southampton setting sail into uncharted waters in front of goal, and mysteriously finding players going missing. As the form book had suggested, there were precious few clear-cut chances. Charlton hadn't scored in their last two, and they'd lost the last two. The game was there to be won. But Chris Hart-Williams found Antti Niemi in unbeatable form. Gordon Strachan was happy with his keeper, a point apiece. 5 matches, bottom club West Ham faced Manchester City, a side yet to pick up a point on their travels. Scott Minto was back for the Hammers, making his first appearance since the beginning of February at Bolton. And Eyal Berkovic, along with Marc-Vivien Foé, was back at the club where he spent 2 seasons in the late 90s. West Ham began the day 3 points adrift, the only team yet to win in the Barclaycard English Premier League this season. It's been their worst ever start to a Premiership campaign. Kevin Keegan, like Sir Alex Ferguson, is one of a growing breed of racehorse owners. But while his funfair Wayne was winning the prestigious Ayr Gold Cup, his team had to jockey for position as West Ham mounted another attack. You'd have put money on Minto, but after Sinclair found space, the defender clearly didn't have the right pedigree. The lack of goals has been worrying enough for Glenn Roeder, but his team also has the leakiest defence in the Premiership. 12 conceded in just 5 matches. James denied Anelka as West Ham tried to record their first clean sheet of the campaign. Next up for Manchester City, it's Liverpool and Southampton, 2 of Kevin Keegan's former clubs. They'll hope to face goalkeepers a little more generous. Few chances, no goals. But on his travels at least, Kevin Keegan's still not in the winner's enclosure.
Del gol que se comió ante el Birmingham en el oso que usted vio la semana pasada. Bueno, ya estamos viendo la entrada de los equipos al Villa Park, más de 30.000 fanáticos. Ulises de la Cruz, el ecuatoriano, Lee Hendry, Darius Basil y el mismo Lee Hendry, mire usted la nota, pone el 1-0 minuto 7 y a festejar después Ulises de la Cruz. Gareth Barry la va a bajar de cabeza y Lee Hendry pone el 2-0 de esta forma el minuto 48 y otro festejo. Thomas Gravesen para Thomas Rasinski, mire usted en el semicírculo, define de zurda el 2-1 al minuto 51, los azules estaban festejando, el tiro de esquina de Ebert y Kevin Campbell pone el 2-2 al minuto 66, faltaba uno más, Martin Sela cobra el tiro de esquina, Olaf Melberg que va a cabecear y Dion Dublin pone el 3-2 al minuto 85, los villanos se llevan los 3 puntos, llegan a 9 y son décimos en